Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. Hope you're doing well. And this is your prediction for December 2025. Keep in mind, it is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Be sure to check out your other placements. And also, I wanted you to know that the monthly readings starting January 2026 will be exclusive to you, these monthly predictive readings. For December, I felt really bad giving the regular subscribers 11 months of predictive readings and then sort of leaving them, without anything for the last month of the year. So you will receive the exclusive view on this, meaning you'll be able to see it first. But within a day or two, I'm going to let the regular subscribers see it. This way they can just close out the year having received all 12 of their monthly predictive readings. And then as of January, this specific reading will be exclusive to you moving forward. So thank you very much for being a time traveler. I surely do appreciate your support. So with all of that said, now let's begin. We're tapping into the Capricorn collective for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We're only 3 weeks away from your season. I'm sure you're excited for that. What does Capricorn need to know for December 2025? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, my dear, we have the Eight of Cups. Who else had the Eight of Cups? Sagittarius also, and I used an entirely different deck for them. Eight of Cups. In the top row, you have the Two of Swords. You have the Ten of Wands. And you have the Two of Pentacles. Flanking your Eight of Cups is the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. In the bottom row, you have the World, you have the Five of Cups, and you have the Empress. Sneak peek now into January. Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Three of Wands. And that leaves the Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords to the Hermit here at the bottom of the deck. So let's clarify these cards. I'm using the After Tarot deck to clarify. The cards in this deck have different images as well as different meanings, and we'll go through them as is necessary for your reading. Let's just get the cards on the table for now. So for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, I feel suddenly a heaviness. I'm assuming this is your energy now for the month of December. Okay. For Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus, we are clarifying Two of Swords, Ten of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Queen of Wands, the World, Five of Cups, and the Empress for Capricorn for December 2025. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Two of Swords is being clarified by the Tower. The Ten of Wands is being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Wands. The Five of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the King of Cups. The Queen of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Cups. The World is clarified by the Nine of Swords. The Five of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. And the Empress is clarified by Strength. Bottom of the deck now, looking into January. Queen of Swords, Temperance, and the Sun. And that leaves Judgment, Ace of Cups, the Fool here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like in the month of December, you have a decision here to make. And I don't think it's an easy one for you. And I think that's why I felt this little bit of pressure on my chest here. So your energy here for the overall month of December is Eight of Cups to the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is very different in this deck. In this deck, the King of Cups is pouring out a cup. I feel like there's a situation, environment, or connection in your life that you've had it up to here on. I think you have been tolerating this situation, environment, or connection, but I don't think it's been a very emotionally pleasing to you. I think at times you feel it has some really high highs and some really low lows. Your overall feeling when it comes to just this particular situation, environment, or connection is you're no longer feeling emotionally fulfilled. There's a feeling here of maybe even emotional abandonment. So whether it's if it's a job, you feel like it's not nurturing you in return. If it's a friend, family member, or lover, you feel like they're not giving equally to you in comparison to what you give to them. And there's just a feeling here of like, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't particularly want to move on from whomever or whatever this is, but I also can no longer tolerate sitting in the Eight of Cups or allowing someone to treat me in a way that keeps me in the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is emotional discontentment, not being happy. And so I feel like you're feeling, again, I don't think it's for every aspect of your life, but like with this one particular situation, environment, or connection, the feeling is I really don't want to give up on it, but I will if I have to. It's like testing your patience. And you have the Two of Swords to the Tower. And here's that decision. Something occurs here between you and this entity in the month of December where you feel like you are pushed to the point where you have to make a decision that you didn't necessarily want to make. I didn't really want to quit this job. I don't really want to disconnect from this person. That's the feeling I get here. So I don't, number one, you're blindfolded in the Two of Swords. So I don't think that you saw this Sun and Tower moment happening. I'm going to clarify this for you in a little bit. I don't think you saw it coming, but it's like now that it's happened, now you're like forced to make a decision. And the Ten of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like it's really heavy for you to continue with whomever or whatever this is. It's like you're carrying the weight of this situation, environment, or connection. So if it's work related, you're carrying the brunt of the work. Like your teammates or your colleagues, your coworkers, they're not picking up the slack. You're always having to pick it up and like make sure that the department does well, or the team does well, or the job gets done. And you're seldom offered any type of cooperation from those coworkers or those teammates. And if this is a friend, family member, or lover, you carry the burden of the relationship, whether that's the financial burden, for others of you, the emotional burden, but you're carrying the weight of the situation, environment, or connection. And although you don't want to leave it behind, there is something enticing about possibly moving towards something new or something better or something that isn't as heavy. And then you have that Two of Pentacles to the Five of Wands. This seems to be here a moment for you in respect to this situation, environment, or connection, this decision that you have to make. There's a feeling here like, I don't want to argue. I don't even want to talk about it, right? In the After Tarot deck, no one's fighting in the Five of Wands. This is, I need to go inside to me. I need to rebalance. I'm speaking like you. I need to rebalance. I need to recalibrate myself so I know what to do about this. So let me clarify this first for you. Let's clarify the Two of Swords using your deck, and then we'll use the After Tarot deck to clarify the Tower. So in respect to the Two of Swords, whatever it was here that you did not see coming, and now you suddenly have to make a decision about it. Tell me more about that Two of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. And it's the feeling of like, I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. Nine of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Bottom of deck, Three of Swords. So it's not a decision that you wanted to make. Four of Wands, Ten of Swords. Oh, my Lord, what happened here? There's a feeling here of like, if this is going to end, the situation, environment, or connection, it will be of your choosing. And it's of your choosing because you no longer want to exist in something that's not emotionally fulfilling. And it's heartbreaking for you that you have to be the one to make this decision when it was this entity's fault, at least your opinion. It's their fault for why you're even put in the predicament of having to make this judgment call, this decision. So tell me about the Tower here. What is this Tower? And so for that Hierophant, this could be in regards to a marriage, a long-standing partnership. The World card came out on its side. Long-standing partnership. It could be in respect to a job, community group, a religious group, a family member. The World came out on its side. So something happened here with the Tower. And now you're like, I don't know whether or not I need to close this out and walk away from it. Tell me more about the Tower. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the World on the side. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know if I want to continue. And again, the Hierophant. I don't know if I want to continue working on this situation, environment, connection, or with this institution or with this group. What's behind the Hierophant? The Six of Swords. Or do I want to work on an Eight of Pentacles or Six of Swords? Walk away from it. Let's see if we can give you a little bit more of a heads up. Tell me more about the Tower. Let's get 3 cards for this other entity's involvement. What is their involvement in the Tower? Something they're doing is triggering the Tower and now puts you in a position on how are you going to respond to it. So tell me about this other entity. What is their involvement here? Sorry, my hair is bothering my neck. What is this other entity's involvement here? What does Capricorn need to know about this? One more shuffle. Thank you. What is their involvement? 3 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. In regards to this relationship, in regards to this work project or this team effort, this individual has the capability to be the King of Pentacles, meaning they have a lot of resources. They can dedicate a lot more time or maybe a lot more money or a lot more love or a lot more devotion or a lot more creativity towards whatever this Ace of Wands is that the two of you are working on together. They could give a lot. Instead, they only give 3 of Pentacles. So this is someone that you feel is like shortchanging you. I show up all the time for this friend. They don't show up for me. I show up all the time for this family member. They don't show up for me. I give a lot to this romantic partner. They, there's no reciprocity there. If it's at work, again, I'm pulling the weight of the department or the weight of my colleagues, and I get very little from my bosses who could give me more. They could pay me a little bit more or give me some accolades or a promotion, and they don't. I get scraps. I get the 3 of Pentacles, which if you recall what the image of the 6 of Pentacles looks like, it would be the merchant. And the merchant keeps a pentacle for themselves, that's okay. But they give 2 to this and they give 3 to this. And so this entity's, the merchant, is only giving you 3 pentacles. So yeah, you're feeling breadcrumb. Do you feel like this person could give more? There's a conversation here about giving of more. This entity giving more to you. And it results in some type of argument here. Some type of conflict. So there's a conversation between you and this entity about them giving more to the connection, or like I said, giving you a raise or acknowledging your efforts or showing up the way you feel that they should show up. So that's where the Tower is occurring, that Page of Swords, that communication between you and this entity, you and this individual. What ends up happening with this? One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Cups, 3 of Cups, and the Sun. Bottom of the deck, the Magician to the Page of Swords. So out of that conversation, the Magician is Mercury energy. So you can take this as within the energy of the full moon in Gemini, which is on the 4th. It's only a day away. There should be either that's when the Tower is going to happen for some of you. So for some of you, the Tower is happening in the energy of the full moon. For others of you, if the Tower already occurred, then there appears to be some kind of apology that's headed your way in the energy of the full moon in Gemini. And that's going to last for a couple of days. So it might not be exactly on the 4th. So now I have an idea of what's happening here. And now you have an idea of what's happening as well. So that's the decision. There's a conversation, some type of dialogue here between you and another entity in respect to how much you give to them and how much little you receive in return from them. Okay. Flanking the 8 of Cups to that King of Cups is that King of Pentacles to the 5 of Pentacles. Remember, that King of Pentacles showed up to represent that other entity. See, they give you 5 Pentacles. So they give you 3. Some days they give you 5. You just know that they're capable of giving you more. You feel like this person is shortchanging you, either, like I said, with time, love, money, something like that. And you're determined in this Queen of Wands, like, I want to be happy. I want to be I want a job that I'm happy at. I want a friendship I'm happy with. I want family connections I'm happy with. I want to be with a romantic partner that I'm happy with. You're determined to have happiness with, I'm not going to say with this exact entity, but within that framework. Like, I'm speaking like you. I'm not really happy with this romantic partner, but I really want to be happy in a romantic partnership. That's the feeling here. I'm not happy with my sister, but I would really like to be happy with a connection I have with a sister. Like that's, so there's, I should say this is more like desire. I desire to find happiness with this entity. And it's almost like, why can't they meet me halfway? Or why can't they just give me what I want, need, and desire? And so you're almost forced here via the tower to move in a different direction. The world and the nine of swords. And it plagues you. I think you're overcoming your doubts, fears, or anxieties. It's like as time lapses or time progresses, you're starting to get more comfortable with the idea of finding another job or disconnecting from this person. The Five of Cups to the Queen of Pentacles. It's like, you know your worth. You know what you want to receive from this counterpart, whomever they are. And again, sitting in a situation, environment, or connection that leaves you in Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups is not something that you want. You're looking at what they're offering you, and it's just not enough. It's just not enough. Empress to the Strength card. If there's a potential and you believe it's authentic in nature, that this entity could end up pulling its weight, I do think you end up trying to make things work with the work environment or your boss or whomever this is, friend, family member, lover. But if you come to the conclusion that reciprocity is not something you can gain here, you also have the strength, courage, and perseverance to walk away from it. And that seems to be the one thing that you're convinced about. If they show up the way I need them to show up, I have everything I need to rebirth this connection or this work environment. And if they don't, I have all the strength, courage, and perseverance within me to leave it behind. I feel like this is going to take up most of the month of December for you. Now, I'm not saying every aspect of your life will be affected by this, but it looks like this back and forth exchange and some moments of silence and discussions, and then your own internal processing and contemplation seems to continue for the month of December, because it looks like come January, this entity comes in with a solid offer, whether that is a raise or promotion, the promise to better collaborate. There is a Three of Wands to the Six of Cups to the Ace of Pentacles here in January. The apology, the person decides that they're going to step up. So there is something like that here. And then with the Queen of Swords, Temperance to the Sun card, I think you are optimistic that the connection could be healed or the situation could be healed. But you also seem to be holding a little bit, you're a little reserved by it. Like you're excited that they're suddenly coming forward, but you're also cognizant of the fact that that Ace of Pentacles is just an opportunity or a promise. It hasn't quite materialized. This is just what they're saying they will do. And so you almost have a wait and see attitude here. Like, oh, okay, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, but that Queen of Swords is going to need to see action. So I don't think you're formally closing out the connection or finding another job or anything like that. Although the idea of it is something that you're toying with or toggling with and thinking about a lot in the month of January. I mean, in the month of December. Can I get 3 cards on that Eight of Cups? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Three of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. You've been putting up with this Six of Pentacles, this shortchanging of you for a long time. It also took you a long time to see that regardless of how much patience you had with this entity, they were not giving you more than that Three of Pentacles. This card keeps coming out for them. So it took you a while. You gave this entity or this individual the benefit of the doubt, maybe a little bit longer than you should have. Tell me about that King of Cups. This is your energy. I know you're an earth sign, but this is your energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Swords. You're angry. There's a part of you that's very angry and very hurt. And yet, at the same time, you would be willing to repair this connection and stay at this job or continue engaging with this friend, family member, or lover if they showed up correctly. But your first your first reaction here is anger. And I need to get this all out. So you could experience this sudden burst of verbal outrage at this, especially when you sit back and think about how much you've given or how much you've sacrificed, and then correlate that to how much they have given and they have sacrificed to you. The scales are really tipped and not in your favor. So some of you could actually have some outrage here as you express that. At the same time, you would be willing to work on this, but they would need to meet you halfway. Let's get you some oracle cards. We'll close it out with kippers, and we'll get you your I Ching. So it looks like you're plagued by a decision you never really wanted to make with whomever or whatever this is. And it looks like you're pushed past your limit here and standing your ground, although regrettably. One card here for the top row. Okay. All three of your cards came out, so we will take them. You're taking care of yourself first. I think that's what you're doing. You're putting yourself first. You're severing vows. I think this is more like something you are considering, because then I've got the conscious consumer. I think you're very conscious about how this entity is investing in you in comparison to what you invest in it. I don't really think that you're looking at severing the vow, the connection with this. I shouldn't say that. I think you're considering doing it. I don't think you like that you even have to consider doing it, let alone doing it. I think what you really want is abundance with whomever or whatever this is. But you are looking here as like, I need to take care of myself. Either I need to find another job that pays me better, or I need to be associating with people or in a love relationship that's a lot more fair and balanced. So again, I don't know exactly what this is for you, but I know you've had it up to here with the lack of reciprocity. One card here for that top row, please. And I think I'd said a couple of your readings lately were like, you were at a point where someone was really taking advantage of your good nature. And some of it was because you weren't speaking up as things were happening. And so whoever this other entity was, they just thought they could continue taking advantage of you because Capricorn is just going to take it. Oh, and every now and then you'd get angry and have an outburst. And, Capricorn will get over it. That's just Capricorn being Capricorn. And then they go right back to taking. And so, yeah, I feel like this month, something that like I said, that conversation here seems to be like you've had it. Because now you are speaking up for yourself. And they're still telling you, like, this is all I can give you. And I think for you, you're frustrated. You're frustrated because you've given so much to whomever or whatever this is. Thank you. Yeah, you're finding your inner strength. And one card here for the last row. Okay. So your first card here is life force. You are expressing yourself. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. I feel like this is more like that anger, aggression building. And it's possible for some of you, if this is a romantic partner, you could be very upset that there is a lack of intimacy between you and them. There could be something like that here at play as well, where you're like, hello, I have needs. Like, why aren't you wanting me the way I want you? So maybe there is some sexual frustration here in the Capricorn collective, or you just feel like this entity is not nurturing you. Like, you want to be nurtured, and the way you nurture them. You have inner strength. I'm about to sneeze. I'm trying not to. Okay. You have, you're moving back to wholeness, and you recognize that you have the power. You are finding your inner strength. And then you have love and peace. Let go of the need to be right and choose peace. Honestly, I think this is what you have been doing. I think you have been putting peace over yourself. I want to get another card on this because I feel like that's what you don't want to do anymore. Can I have another one on that love and peace card? Experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. I think by you standing your ground on this, you end up getting what you want. Although there's a delay, it comes in January. But maybe this is the moment where you have to declare your independence and your wants and your needs. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is a little lesson or a test to see how much do you really value yourself. this is sort of like this other entity, unbeknownst to them, working in concert with the divine to push you to that point where you actually speak up for what it is that you desire. This might be a little lesson. And this other entity doesn't even know that they're part of that plan, part of that bigger plan to get you to speak up for yourself. It's quite possible. Okay. That's why we see you in Queen of Swords energy in January. It's like this is going to help you to find your voice. 2 cards here for the top row. 2 cards here for the middle row. Now, for some of you, this is in regards to family, family members, someone you treat like family. Yep. It's definitely a partnership here at play, some kind of soul contract. You have official person and you have mature woman in the reverse. Official person's in the upright. I think you put this person above you, whoever they are. You could be a mature woman, mature man, but I think you've been in the reverse long enough. I don't think your cups here are being satisfied by whomever or whatever this is. We had family sort of came out on the side and the change card came out on the side. So again, I don't feel like you truly want to move on from whomever or whatever this is, but something definitely has to change here. Otherwise you will. And then you had the child card and the courtship card came out on the side. Yeah, this is like, I'll start all over somewhere else in that child card. I'll birth myself elsewhere. Like I'll find another job or I'll find another friend eventually, or eventually I'll find another lover. So I feel like you're being this, it is a soulmate to you, but there's an inherent lesson with this soulmate. And I think for some of you, it's finding your voice. But you seem to be here like, I could start over without you, or we could start over from scratch. Between you and I don't think you really want to walk away from whomever or whatever this is. And I don't think you're bluffing here. I don't think you're bluffing. But I think you're finding your voice. And initially, it might come out as a little bit of rage. So just be mindful of that. But I've known a few Capricorns in my day, and they take a lot in. They suppress, sometimes worse than a Taurus does. But when they let it out, oof, oof, house will burn. The house will burn down just from their words. So you have nearing. This is your I Ching for the month. And you have stripping away. I think you're stripping away an old version of you. Nearing, you are creating success out of a pitfall. I think this ends up working in your favor. Now, don't do it for that reason, but you need to find your voice here, okay? The greater spirit draws nearer in an ongoing process for your growth. As you simultaneously pay patient attention, take responsibility. Harvest happens during the 8th month, but it isn't the end of the process of growth. Stay present to the ongoing cycle. For some of you, this started with this person in August. Something in that 8th month of the year started this, and I don't know what it was for you. Maybe there was a reason why you couldn't speak up. Maybe you were expecting them to do something in Leo season that they didn't do. I feel like you were suppressing something, or you thought that you were nearing ever closer to this entity doing right by you. And it looks like by the time we get to December, you're like angry that you gave this entity the benefit of the doubt. And then you have stripping away until the old is so utterly stripped from you that you have no choice but to think in new ways. You will only recreate old patterns if you don't. So I think you're breaking out of a pattern here. I think you're stripping away an old version of you where you wouldn't speak up or you didn't ask for exactly what it is that you want. I think there's a new Capricorn here being born, albeit with great reluctance, because whomever this entity is, it doesn't appear here like you actually want to lose who they are. I think, or lose them. I think you just, yeah, thank you. That's the message. I don't think you want to lose them. I just think you don't want to lose who you are with them or because of them. Can I get a card on the 19th there? 6 of Swords. Yeah, can I get another card? I'm feeling such reluctance here. Like, I don't want to move away from you. I don't want to go another direction, but I will. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yeah, 3 of Swords. It's almost like, please don't make me do this. Don't make me find another job. Don't make me disconnect from you. Because I think it's heartbreaking for you to do that. Stripping away the old you. And 6 swords plus 3 is 9 of swords. So I could see this mentally plaguing you. And you had the 9 of swords here with the world card. So it's really not something you want to do. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Stripping away. Knight of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. Took you a long time to learn your boundaries. This has been a big lesson. And for most of you, over the course of the last year. So this might be the final push. This individual, not realizing it, working in concert with the divine to get you to learn one last lesson before 2026 rolls in. And that's how you can begin to effectively and efficiently, as the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Brevity, in not so many words, state exactly what it is that you want from whatever entity you're engaging in. And when issues do arise, you're able to confront them right then and there, as opposed to suppressing them and then being pushed to the brink of a tower when, you know, crap hits the fan. I think that's what this is trying to teach you. So I would welcome in this tower, although it might feel uncomfortable. I would welcome this in and really ask Source, what are you trying to teach me? I think your answer is, psst, use your voice. And I think you end up doing that. Again, I don't think this entity is leaving your life. I don't want to give you false hope. I don't think that they're leaving your life, but I do think you're finding your voice. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you so much again for being a time traveler. I do appreciate your support and your membership to the subscription program. I'm going to put this live now on the site for all of you to see, and then within a day or so, the rest of the subscribers will be seeing it. And then come January 2026, this monthly reading will be yours and yours alone. So good luck with this and good luck with finding your voice. Please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you can. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.